Guys, this is Celia, aka ForRealCeil with 90 Days to Do and the MLS Bitcoin Club. So today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about promoting yourselves and being self-secure. Sometimes it takes a little effort from us. We have to come outside of the box. We have to think outside of the box and step outside of our comfort zone in order to promote ourselves and promote things that we believe in or we feel strongly about. Now, my thing is that, you know, we oftentimes forget how to be ourselves in light of others. And the reason I say that is because, well, there's a lot of pressure to be like other people, to do things in the same manner as other people, because we believe that to be the standard quo, or the status quo, or the norm. All right, and for us to be a little silly, a little quirky, a little different, a little biased, or a little opinionated, or have a voice, or speak out, or look different, or act differently, is like a taboo. So we sometimes shy away from doing things differently than others. But you know what? It's so important that we learn that different is okay. Different can be appealing to others. Different can make you get noticed. Different can be fine. And it's all right to be yourself. So with that being said, I'm me. I always talk. I just say things that come to my mind. I don't have an agenda. I just share information. I look forward to growth, and I look forward to helping people to reach their goals. And if I'm able to help somebody, I always, go outside of my way to assist people when they ask me, for help. If it's in my power to do it, I always do it. So that's just me. Other people, not so. But hey, it is what it is. Now, I grew up surrounded by people, family, friends, and I had limited resources. So that alone makes me a survivor, because I didn't let the stigma of being poor, or the lack of friends, real friends that would do for me what I would do for them, stunt my growth. And when I say stunt my growth, and this is a term that's used in order, usually with dogs, but your growth can be stunted by impactful things that build you up or that break you down. Now, there are a lot of people who have a lot of different concepts about life, and how people are affected, and how people become successful, and how people become drug addicts, or how people become acquainted with certain types of behavior. But the thing is, and this is so powerful, is that it's absolutely true what I heard the other day. Things that happened to you in your past, and I believe this was Regina and Hugh who said this, and they're members of MLS. They said that the things that happen in your past, even stemming back to childhood, will drive you and will make you, and it determines your success or your lack of success. And I believe that to be true, because we hold on to things forever. There are things from my childhood that I remember and that I cannot let go. And even though God says you should forgive and forget, you never forget certain things. And if you can't forget them, have you truly forgiven the offending party, or even yourself, for things that you may have done in your past that you regret, or things that you've done that make you feel less than right, or things that were done to you that were not right, and you just have never spoke the truth about it. You never came out and said, hey, you offended me, or hey, you hurt me, or hey, why did you dare do something like that to me? So those stigmas and those things can make or break you throughout life, because it determines your level of trust for other people. It determines your level of drive. It determines sometimes your fears, and you want to be able to feel confident. Being an entrepreneur is a very scary thing, but it's also a very beautiful thing. It's something that should be empowering, something that builds you up and lets you realize that, hey, you know what? Against all odds and against whatever he, she, or they thought, I have succeeded and I made myself into this beautiful thing. I'm a business, or I'm a professional, or I'm a advisor, or I am a broker, or whatever it is that you do. Like, I have a knack. I have learned policy, and I learned to administer a program, and I learned how to deal with clients and help people in crisis. And I've also learned to be a voice for advocacy as far as agency policy and changing things, and I always voice my opinion, and I have input in what I do because it's what I do. I've always spoken up for the platform of energy assistance. There are great things that I've done within that program that some people are aware of, that go way back and are still here from years and years ago. And then there's things that people are not so aware of that I've done, or that I had my hands in, that nobody knew about, or that a lot of people know about and they remember it. So regardless of all that, I'm an entrepreneur. I always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I've been an Avon sales rep for as long as I could remember. And one of my problems about myself that I realized, and I'm saying it because I'm speaking that truth about me, is that I have stepped. And it was a point where I was selling, and this may not be big for those people who are doing six-figure business with Avon, but this was big for me. At one point, every 2 weeks, I would sell no less than $500 to $900 of Avon. Now, that may not be huge for some people, but I had 5 and 6 boxes of stuff coming to my house, packaging up bags and bags and bags of stuff and bringing it out to people. The problem with that was, back then, there wasn't all of these cash app sell and things that capture money and really make it easy for you to collect your payments. So there were times when you go to a person's house, oh, they don't have the money. Now I'm driving around trying to get paid for my products that I have to pay for, and was not always successful at capturing my money. And at one point, I actually got a bad check from somebody, and that made me a person that, no, I'm not taking checks. No, that some people who order, well, when you order, I need your money right now, because I already know you're not going to have the money later. But I got tired of that. So I slacked off of that. And actually, at one point, I stopped selling until people kept asking me, hey, didn't you sell Avon? Don't you sell Avon? Don't you have it? So I started selling again, and now I just do it as a hobby, when it could be a very lucrative business. But I feel like I'm my own best customer. I have a very few customers on Avon. I don't promote it. And I actually should, because there's a great revenue. And what I did from very early on, and this is interesting, because even though I wasn't educated on the concept, I was smart enough as an individual to realize that, hey, I could use this money as a personal loan to myself and pay myself back when I paid for this. I used it as a cash flow to get me from paycheck to paycheck when I was unable to reach from paycheck to paycheck by my income. So that has always stuck with me, and I think back to that and I say, well, wow, I was smart enough to know that. And now that I have all of this financial literacy education that I'm learning inside this club that we're in, and I'm seeing how cash flow works, and seeing how to utilize credit, and seeing how to utilize the other things that make us wealthy. like infinite banking concept, which we use as a system, using the 5 pillars of wealth. I am totally engaged in wealth building and building that generational wealth. I don't want to leave a gap. I don't want to leave any poverty. I don't want to leave a question mark at the end. When I'm done, there'll be no problem whether you burn me or bury me, do whatever. It's there. What is left, enjoy it, because I'm going to be gone. And what I leave is going to be a legacy and not a legacy of poorness. It's not going to be a legacy of brokenness. It's going to be something tangible that you can put your hands on, that you can build something out of, that you can create or start up your own thing or purchase a house or something of that nature. All right, so that's what my goal is. I don't want to leave somebody barefoot with bills and looking back and saying, wow, we sure miss mommy, but damn, she owed a lot of money. So I don't want to leave that stigma with the family. All right, so I have grandchildren. I'm going to teach them how to trade. I'm going to teach them about money. I'm going to teach them things that when they go to school and say certain things to their teachers, they're going to figure out, how does this little kid know this? That's the kind of wealth. That's the kind of generational legacy. Those are the things that I want to leave. So when they speak, people listen. When they're like talking about things, they're paid attention to, because they're bright, brilliant young people who have a voice, and it's a voice in a language that everybody speaks. Money talks, bullshit walks, and that is the truth. When you are speaking a language that other people understand, people listen. Like when E.F. Hutton speaks, people listen. I did not know, what that was all about. But you have to figure that he was talking a language that everybody understood. And money, it's big. Investments, it's big. Brokerage, it's big. It is bigger than you think. Now I'm looking at L7 trading platform where you have an arbitrage, and I'm loving the concept of that. Even though I'm a traditional trader and I'm reading price action and trading in the market where we're looking at S&P, Dow, the indices, and foreign exchanges and gold, and now we're even exploring into options. It is a great thing to learn to trade. But when you have an arbitrage where you are just always guaranteed to win because you're actually buying and selling at the same time on different markets, that's the awesome thing. So I'm very interested in this concept, and I'm going to figure out how to get into that really soon, because that is an awesome thing. I am like, wow. Super hyped about that. And I'm telling you, by October, I'm gonna have my feet all in there, and I want to bring some people that I know would love this or love to do this, and just have them into it. And I'm hoping for great things with that, and that's a wonderful way to build up your Bitcoin. If you have not started saving your Bitcoin in the Treasure, you still have time. And yes, I'm telling you, with all these other altcoins and other cryptocurrencies still being made and coming out, do you really think Bitcoin is going anywhere? Do you really think Bitcoin is going to stop growing? We are in the consolidation period right now. This is the period before the last huge spike that we had in 2017. Don't you want to be ready for this next spike? Don't you want to have some skin in the game? Don't you want to have that money there so when it pops, you can pop too? Like, are you crazy? If you don't see a pattern in crypto and you don't see a pattern in Bitcoin, and you're not ready for this next spike, which will be significantly higher than 20Ks, and hey, even if it just goes to 20K, whatever you own in crypto will double. Come on. Get there, because this is real as real gets, and I can't conceive not have known about this. This is is amazing, and I will forever be grateful to my cousin Sheldon for bringing me back, really full tilt into crypto. And now I'm into it more than he is, but he brought me in because of something that he was told about, and I went in, but the thing is, behind that, we lost. We lost big time. Every single thing that they put us in was a loser, except for this thing that I found. And I will never, ever, ever regret being a member of MLS. Now, the other things that we got into, USI Tech and all the coins and Millennium and Mine Now Mining and all of that shit, it was garbage, bullshit, a rip-off, a scam. We got totally ripped the fuck off. I don't care who's listening. We got ripped off. And that almost made me step away from MLS. And I'm so glad that I didn't. Because this was the only real thing that I found regarding crypto, regarding learning. And now I'm in such a powerful position where I am utilizing all these skills and all these wonderful things that I've learned, and how to maximize my Bitcoin, how to maximize any one of my cryptos. And I have around 10 different cryptocurrencies. I have all of the larger ones that are the most popular, Litecoin, Dash, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin. I have Ripple. I have a little I got Dash, I got Ether, I got Litecoin, I have Bitcoin, I have Bitcoin Cash, and I also have the XRP, and I have some, oh my god, I can't remember, Stellar Lumen, and I have a couple of others, and I also have some Bitcoin Gold, which was brought about by Carrot Bars. So yeah, I mean, I own a lot of crypto. I like the concept, but Bitcoin is the bad mama jamma of them all, and it's nothing like having that Bitcoin Visa card and being able to go in the store and buy stuff with that card, and knowing every time you use it, you have purchased real tangible items in places where people be like, oh, you can't use Bitcoin, Bitcoin's not real, Bitcoin is this and Bitcoin is that, but I just spend it in your store. I just bought stuff on you with Bitcoin. I just pulled money out of an ATM with Bitcoin. So, for all the people who say, hey, it's not real, it's as real can get. And once that money goes up and doubles and may even quadruple in value, if you're not part of the cryptocurrency carrying Bitcoin Visa or my other card, the other freaking card that I had through Coinbase, which I always forget the name of because I never used it yet, but I have it. Get into it, check it out, see what it's about. Learn something about cryptocurrency. Learn something about Bitcoin. All of this is a decentralized fiat, and it is not controlled by banks. That's the beauty of it right there. It helps level the playing field. It helps you to become wealthy, where in the past you would never have likely been able to attain wealth. You would never likely been able to maybe purchase a car outright, or own a home, or save money and grow your money exponentially. There is so much that Bitcoin is doing for the underdogs, which are the people who are poor, the people who have lack, the people who have other people living in other countries where it's difficult to send money or to receive money or to help build money. This is a big ass truck in front of me, and this guy is right up my butt. Like, are you stupid? Yellow plates. I'm telling you, it's something in their water. Like, they retarded. I don't know what. I don't know. they're like, it's got to be some kind of defect with these people. But okay. Anyway, I'm driving. As usual, I'm doing a multitasking because I have like so many things that I have to do that it's difficult for me to fit all of the things I need to do into one day. And speaking about that, going back to comfort and comfort zones and being outside of your comfort zone. Now, I was at an event. There was a passive income workshop that was in Garwood, New Jersey the other day, and I attended. And there's a gentleman by the name of John Steingraber. He's very, very successful individual. He has a lot going on. He has his own real estate company. He does trainings, and he knows a lot of influential people, and he has a large group of followers, and he's really, really, really smart guy, right? He's also a Fortune Building Mastery coach, and was a student, I guess, at one point, and he's really, really in tune with money, put it like that. He's in tune with money. But the other great thing is that he's a sharing individual. He brought up some concepts, things to think about, that if he did not want to be different, if he did not want to stand out, that he would have never conceived or shared. And I am so thankful. Like, I'm telling you, I have met some extraordinary people, and I'm talking about millionaires. These are people that I could walk up to and say, hello, hi, how are you? And they will acknowledge me and say, hey, or I've been in their homes, or whatever. I've sat down and eaten with. I've had a regular conversation with. And yes, I've been at John's house. Yes, I had a conversation with him. No, was it one-on-one? No, it was not, because it was a group of us, but I'm in the circle. And there are other people who I deal with on a regular basis now that are in that upper 6, 7, 8 digit category. And I love the feeling of it. You cannot tell me that a regular old girl from Englewood, brought up poor, or what I thought was poor, but see, rich on family, rich on ethics, rich on character, where some who were brought up wealthy or born with that silver spoon and had all kinds of fancy vacations and this and that and the other may have lacked and may still lack, or worse. It's just learning, knowing, believing, building on that solid rock and not being on sinking sand is what really, really, really is key. Soak up everything you can learn. Learn to step outside of your comfort zone. Learn to listen. Learn to listen. Learn to share things that you've learned with other people. Don't keep things to yourself. Don't be a selfish person. Don't be a selfish person. You know, care about people genuinely, and just be a motivator. Don't knock people for what they don't know, but help people up. Help people achieve a higher level of living. Help people achieve a higher standard. Give them goals. Give them goals. Give them help when they need it. Give them a peace of mind. Let them know that, hey, there's people out here that care about people. I saw something good on the news the other day, and these guys was in Detroit, I believe. Police officer helped a homeless man to shave, you know, and the guy was struggling. Now, typically, and what we know to be true in a lot of cases, they'll rush you off. They'll treat you like shit. Because you already in the street. Most likely you doing drugs or doing bad stuff. You might even be an alcoholic or a bum, or just homeless. You don't know what it is, what their reason is for being homeless, because it can happen. There's many successful people who are on Wall Street or have very influential jobs and lost everything and wound up homeless and on the street, and you never know who you're talking to and never know who they were or who they are. You just assume based on their circumstances that that's their life, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this officer helped the guy. I guess they had gave out shaving kits to the homeless people, you know, because sometimes you look a little rough, you haven't shaved. So the guy was trying to shave and he couldn't, and he had shaving cream all over his face, on his eyes, and he was struggling with holding the razor and whatever. The officer came up to him and he automatically assumed that he was going to be told to move, like get off the street. He's like, okay, I'm leaving. And the officer was like, nah, do you need help? And he helped him shave. And somebody saw that and they caught that. Now, that to me is absolutely beautiful, because again, we know that a lot of people are mistreated by law enforcement, mistreated by people in general when they're homeless, and they're just not treated kindly. Hold on. And then rushed off by police, or bullied by police. It happens every day. But this guy was helped, and I think that was a beautiful thing. So God bless that officer who had the mindset and the ability to step out of the traditional, typical officer, and he had a humanitarian heart, and that's a beautiful thing, because we want people like that. We really need more humanitarians, people who really care about people who are not afraid to be nice or kind to a person that is shunned by others, or any other person who may be ostracized for their looks or for their odor or for their religion or for their appeal. I have an associate. It's a person I met when I was messing around with USI Tech, and I met this lady and I felt bad for her. I looked at her and my mindset, but I liked her individuality. I liked her differentness. And the thing of that is, I became friendly with her, and then we're friends on social media, and just recently I found out that she's not a Christian, and that kind of really bothered me. So every time now that I say anything to her, I'm always going to mention Jesus or God or Christ, because I'm an advocate for that. And am I going to shy away from somebody who's not religious? No, because there are many people who I have met or known or thought I knew, to find out only that they're atheists, possibly, or they believe in another divine entity. All right, and God is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. He is the Almighty God and creator of all things, and He created everybody and everything here. I truly believe that. I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. He came to the earth in a man form, that is God walking in man form. He saved, healed, and delivered us, and died on the cross and rose in 3 days and saved us and gave us that grace that God gives. So I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. No matter what I do in life, it's always going to come back to that. And so to God be the glory, and everything that I have and everything that I share is out of love and out of being a Christian and caring for people everywhere, all walks of life. Have a great day, guys. I got to go. I'm at work. Bye.